Isolation is a little bit more involved and usually is related to someone who's tested positive or has come into contact with someone who tested positive. Hi, I'm Dr. Douglas Denham at Clinical Trials of Texas here in San Antonio. I'm the Chief Medical Director. Today I want to talk with you about some items that we're hearing on the news on a regular basis. We talk about social distancing, then there's isolation, and then there's quarantine. And sometimes those sound kind of confusing, and so we thought we'd talk a little bit today about the differences. So obviously with social distancing, what we're talking about is being out and about, but being separated from people. Currently they're asking us to do this with 6 feet. Mask, obviously, to protect you from coughing or spreading any droplets that could be infectious. And just being aware of your surroundings. Isolation is a little bit more involved and usually is related to someone who's tested positive or has come into contact with someone who tested positive. So it's a little bit more of a degree of being away from your family members and other people around you. So usually when we talk about isolation, we're talking about going into, say, your apartment and staying in your room and having someone bring you your meals and just using a restroom that's attached to that kind of thing. So you're really not having any contact with anybody in your immediate family or circle of friends. Quarantine's a little bit more aggressive, and quarantine is something that we haven't seen much of here in this country. You saw some evidence of that in China and in Spain and some of these other places where they've had a lot of problems. Quarantine is actually physically separating people and putting them in a hospital or some kind of unit where they're monitored and watched very closely because they're infectious and we don't want them to spread the disease to anybody. So it's a lot more involved. So we haven't had any quarantining here officially in the United States other than the folks that came off of the boats out in California. But the rest of it has just been social distancing and isolation. So hopefully that explains a little bit more to you and isn't quite as frightening when you hear it said. So be careful, wear your mask, do your social distancing, wash your hands, and we'll all get through this together. Thank you.